kind of introduce us to the world of Noah and how Noah relates to us as homeschool families and impacting God's kingdom.
When I was a young homeschool mom, I just had, like I said earlier, I had no support, nowhere to go. And so the Lord and his word was very, very precious to me. It was my source of support and encouragement. And there were two verses in particular that kept me focused and kept me persevering and gave me hope. And so one was Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, after he was warned about what was not yet seen and motivated by godly fear, built an ark to deliver his family. And, God says his sheep hear my voice. And I might not be a lot of things, but I am his sheep. And I can't explain how it all works, but he spoke to me constantly through this verse. I could imagine Noah started building the ark when he was 600 years old. It took him maybe 75 years of planning and building to get the ark complete. Yeah, I can imagine he's ridiculed by the townspeople who maybe have never seen rain before. And he's building this big ark because he's telling them God is going to destroy the earth through a flood. And they say, well, how do you know? Well, God told me. Well, they think, a lot of people just think Noah's a nut and can be ostracized and all of that. And so it was just, God kept saying to me over and over, anytime that every lesson you teach, anything you do, you're building your ark to deliver your family plank by plank. And we definitely had that we were ostracized by people in our neighborhood, our church, our family, and ridiculed. And it's hard to explain the invisible reasons for why you do something. And I love that part about the verse. It says he was warned about things that were invisible or not yet seen. And so here I was not wanting to put Ty in a system that would, I thought, ruin his worldview, his biblical understanding of life, even though he was only 6. I wanted something that would support that and not undermine that. And so this verse was just the encouragement I needed, because Noah hung in there for so long and then went through so much with this family on the ark and after the ark. It just was one of those things as a homeschool mom then and now that still encourages me. When we started our first homeschooling organization, the ark was the logo, and our print newsletter was the Ark Builders Gazette. Yes, I know that sounds corny, but it just, it just shows how much he was a part of my life.
Yeah. You talk about Noah building the ark plank by plank. And it's so interesting when you think about how he built the ark. If any of you have been to the ark, which I know many listening have actually been to the Ark Encounter in Kentucky.
My goodness, you need to go.
And you look at it and it's so massive. Yeah. Yes. If you haven't been, absolutely, you've got to go, because it is mind blowing in every way. But you stand in front of this massive boat, this massive building, and it's almost like you're like, how is it even possible that they could have built this, But they did it plank by plank. And again, in the end, Noah could look back and he could just say, but God, only God.
Absolutely.
And as homeschool parents, we have to build it plank by plank. We're building our families one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, when it so often doesn't make sense. And, we often do things that people don't, they look at us from the outside and they're like, what are you doing? Do you even know what you're doing? Do you even know why you're doing this? It doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense to us because we know that it's what God's called us to do.
Yes, that's right.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.